আমাদের ওভারঅল আইডিয়াটা হলো যে usually if we are focusing on the news, sadly, the general news, the mainstream media and everything, so it's usually on the negative side. But there are so many stories we have within the apparel and textile industry, not just apparel and textile industry overall. Let's say, for example, our concern, or one of the sustainability partner that we have, Eco Threads, that's a concern of DBL Group. একটা particular জিনিস দেখেন যে color combination কিরকম. There's blue and there's green, there's water and there's land. So everything together, that is the one which helps. So when we're talking about an industry, we're talking about everything together. Because the name itself, eco, itself is a branding for sustainability. But what is sustainability? Any ideas? Just randomly. Reduce wastage. We kind of forgot about the social sustainability part as well. When we're talking about sustainability, so we're talking about both social and environment together. So when we're talking about the logos, for example, of blue and green, so we're talking about partnership, we're talking about people, we're talking about environment, everything together. Are you familiar with the Sustainable Development Goals? SDGs. Are we familiar with it? Okay, some of us are familiar with it. We may be familiar more with the MDGs, Millennium Development Goals. So how this particular thing, the SDGs are after the MDGs. It was launched in 2015. And how does this sector, our apparel and textile sector, how does it help? Because we're already, for example, if you're talking about our company, so we're already contributing to 14 of the 17 SDGs. And it is very much possible for everyone to contribute to all the SDGs as well. But this is the particular sector which is not usually talked about, but that is why this particular event is there, so that we can talk about more openly as well. For example, if SDG 1 talks about zero poverty or no poverty, so in that particular case, what we have a fair price shop in all of our factory complexes. So everyday goods, 400 plus goods, highly subsidized price, we're selling it to our workers, to our employees. So this is not just a concept of DBL Group anymore or Eco Threads anymore. It has spread out throughout the industry. But what we don't realize is that it is already contributing to SDG 1 and SDG 8 as well, decent work and economic growth. Then we are talking about how, if you're talking about the more part, the environment part. Sustainability is environment. It's more than environment. Let's say talking about environment issues. We have something called, yes, generally speaking, renewable energy. Like SDG 9, contributing to industry innovation infrastructure, how we're innovating. Sustainable cities and communities. Sustainable cities and communities, it depends on the particular activities that we do in the community. So overall, impact within this particular industry, it's huge. All we need to do is just map out. And that's one of the particular parts. What we do within the sector, we're possibly one of the most consistent sector in terms of sustainability reporting. So the idea of sustainability reporting is whatever we do, we're reporting following not random guidelines, but globally recognized guidelines. So since DBL Group has been publishing since 2013-14, and way back, if you're talking about the SDGs now, way back in 2015, যখন launch করা হয়েছিল, DBL Group এর দুইটা initiative already recognized by the UN Global Compact. The Fair Price Shop that we talked about, and another program, that's the Women Empowerment Program. We have a female supervisor leadership program, which is promoting women workers to women supervisors. যেটা দিয়ে কিন্তু আমাদের কিন্তু এখন 300 plus DBL গ্রুপে female supervisors আছে. And some of them are no longer supervisors. We have now women line chiefs as well for the first time in the industry within our practices. So this is another great impact that we have. So how many of us are we familiar with these impacts? This is the particular question that comes in. So what we need to do is, yes, let the media be there. Well, we have to utilize the media properly as well. So this is the particular advantage that we have. How can we capitalize further? But what is the overall impact of it? Say, yes, why are we taking care of social initiatives? We're talking about environmental initiatives. Advantage key. অনেক সময় আপনারা বলতে পারেন এটা overuse word women empowerment, but how do we do women empowerment? If the first step is to take the first step. The first step is to take the first step. So for example, we started with female supervisor leadership program. UN Global Compact একটা program আছে target gender equality. So ওইটা particular concept হলো যে you cannot talk about women workers only, or we cannot talk about women workers, we have to talk about women management. So based on that, আমাদের কিন্তু year on year targets we are setting. and overall set আরো further target set করছে, যেটা কারণে কিন্তু overall impact for women, how to have women within the workplace. Yes, the overall the ratio is still lesser within the industry, but there are steps being taken. So this is the idea of this particular program, this particular event. So there are initiatives, there are hidden initiatives, but which are still going on, and that's what we are sharing in overall. And what is the impact of it? In overall, we've seen local recognitions and global recognitions as well. Local recognitions, for example, we won Export Excellence Award, HSBC Export Excellence Award, National Export Trophy, ICMAB, ICSB National Awards as well, and multiple other recognitions. And the Sustainability Leadership Awards, যেটা DBL 4 categories পেয়েছে, including social and environment. Within the international recognitions, we have received recognitions from brands as well. Sustainability awards from H&M, from Puma, from Tom Taylor. So multiple brands we have received recognitions for. But the UN Global Compact SDG Pioneer, we have been part of what they say is participant of the Global Compact since 2013. So 2013 সাল থেকে আমরা কিন্তু গ্লোবাল কম্প্যাক্টের একটা পার্টিসিপেন্ট। সো এটার সুবিধা হলো যে আমাদের কিন্তু ভেরি ফার্স্ট সাস্টেইনেবিলিটি রিপোর্ট আমরা কিন্তু গ্লোবাল কম্প্যাক্টের দ্বারা ইন্সপায়ার্ড হয়ে কিন্তু আমরা সেটা করেছি, and we have been consistently publishing, and we are happy to see that others are publishing within the sector as well. So it's not just something যে একটা রিপোর্ট কয়েকটা পেজ লিখে দিলে হলো, but I would invite you to look at sustainability reports, because this is branding Bangladesh. This is branding Bangladesh, not just 2.0, Bangladesh 3.0, Bangladesh 4.0. That is the vision of the sustainability reports, that we are aligned with global standards. And furthermore, and DBL Group is one of the rare achievements that in UN Global Compact, we have 2 globally recognized SDG pioneers. So yeah, I'm there, and our managing director, Mr. Mashok, so he won the Global Compact, UN Global Compact SDG pioneer for large national and multinational corporations. His category, his application was focused on circular economy. Circular economy, familiar achi? What is circular economy? That's recycling. The keyword is recycling. Yes, even within this particular sector, we are using recycling. Amader garments e cut panel waste ache, tarpore amader spinning mill waste ache. What we are doing is using this particular waste to create yarns from recycled materials, and finally garments as well from recycled materials. So for example, this brown shade jacket যেটা আমি পরে আছি, এখান থেকে একটা লাইটার ব্রাউন শেড কিন্তু বানানো যাবে। This is not knitwear, but just giving an example. So এইটা থেকে কিন্তু আমরা what we are producing is yarns which have lighter shade of mud, because সবাই তো ডার্ক ব্রাউন হয়তো পছন্দ করবে না বা ডার্ক কালার পছন্দ করবে না। So instead of doing an extra coloring, we are using wastes that are there and mixing with raw cotton, raw materials, other raw materials, and we're producing yarns from recycled materials. How many of us are familiar যে গার্মেন্টস কিন্তু নিজে ওয়েস্ট ইউজ করছে? Are we familiar with this? But this is the particular thing. These are more and more cases are coming up. So, and we are glad to see that foreign universities as well, local universities plus foreign universities, they are engaged with how to promote DBL Group and how to promote the industry. We're not just talking about one company here. We're talking about a particular industry, because there are so many practices that are there. So, just briefly, I think I may have taken a little bit more time, but what do you think? Now, do you think that this industry is not going to survive, or this is an industry I want to go into, or you want to go into? So I would say advance, welcome to the industry, because this industry has so many prospects. Jeta, if we not get in, you'll not be able to understand. So thank you very much. I'll leave it to the next speaker. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.